Thank you for joining us for the 2024 AVNation Reader's Choice Awards. My name is Tim Albright. This year we had thousands of you voting and nominating throughout the entire process. So thank you for everybody, quite frankly, who let your voice be heard. The nomination process began way back in December. You put forth projects, products, and organizations that you felt were the best of 2024. Then in January, we had 3 bracket rounds. Each round broke the record of the last with the number of votes. So again, thank you so much to everybody who kind of let your voice be heard. Now on to the results. The first category is Best Audio Processing. The category came down to Dante by Audinate and Biamp to Sarah. The winner is Biamp to Sarah. The Biamp to Sarah is a networked audio AV processing and distribution platform. It's been around for about 15 years, well over 15 years actually. It evolved from a simple digital signal processor, DSP, into a system that can process and distribute both audio and video up to 4K. Next category is Best New Product. This is one of those areas where we get to see what you, the audience, really feels is the new and innovative products coming out. The first up is Shure's 902. Now, the Shure MXA 902 is the ceiling array microphone and loudspeaker built in together, and they went up against the Pearl Nexus Capture. Now, the Pearl Nexus is both a streaming and a capture device for higher education as well as broadcast and other installations. And the winner is Epiphan Pearl Nexus. Control is one of my personal favorite parts of all of AV. I am and always will be a failed control systems programmer. It's still one of my favorite things though. I mean, you get to create automation, simplified experiences. You do some really great things, including get feedback on how and why systems are used. This year, the category pitted Crestron against Q-SYS. You voted, and this year's winner for Best Control System is Q-SYS. We started the Best Video Wall product category to acknowledge the expansion of these systems in corporate, education, broadcast production. The idea is not necessarily the best video wall, though you could have voted for a video wall display. That's fine, but any aspect that makes a video wall come to life, this was kind of the idea. This year, the final 2 combatants were Samsung and BrightSign's XC5. And the winner of Best Video Wall product is BrightSign XC5. Now, this device is a networked content player that can be used for up to 8K video. It supports video walls, has multiple HDMI outputs, and runs on the BrightSign operating system. Best Display is our next category, and each year it is, quite frankly, the most hotly contested category. Nominations, maybe that and the AVNation AV Professional. But the nominations for this segment far exceeded any other, with, again, exception of the Professional of the Year. This year, it came down to the Sony Bravia series and Samsung QLED Terrace 4K. And the winner of the Best Display of 2024 is the Sony Bravia series. Now, the Bravia series for Sony, the Sony Bravia Pro, it's been around for a couple of years, has a couple of really unique aspects to it. One is the exact same bezel across the different sizes. And what that lets you do is you can mix and match the different sizes. It also has options for things like anti-glare, which is great for like retail, as well as in classrooms there where you can't necessarily control the shades. So congratulations to Sony. Projectors still have a place in the AV industry, regardless of direct view LED. And here's the thing, whether it's the classroom projection mapping that we saw on Casabaccio at ISE, that we've seen on Casabaccio almost, I think, every year that they've been in Barcelona. This year, we have the Epson Pro L Series laser projector versus the Sony VPL 4K laser projector. Notice the laser part in there. The best projector of the year for 2024 is the Epson Pro L Series laser projector. This projector is a large venue projector supporting up to 4K video and brightness levels that go up to 30,000 lumens. Last year, I said I might separate the next 2 categories, and we didn't. The best AV signal distribution and best AV over IP technology. And we didn't because getting some feedback from you and from manufacturers and some other folks, we decided to keep them separate for the next 2 years. The categories haven't completely emerged yet in the first couple of rounds. But this year they kind of did in the final. This year's best AV signal distribution came down to Dante and Crestron NVX. The winner of 2024's best AV signal distribution is Dante. Now, for best AV over IP technology, the final two were Dante versus Crestron NVX, which tracks with the final two for AV signal distribution. The winner of best AV over IP technology is Crestron NVX. So congratulations to both of them. They may have just won the final AV distribution. I don't know. We'll discuss later this year. Best higher ed product is a category we began a few years ago. It's a recognition that certain products just quite frankly serve the education market better, either through pricing, special functions, or features. It's heavily used in classrooms and it's designed to be used heavily in classrooms. This year, the final two products were Atlas IED Aimline speakers and the Epiphan Pearl Nexus. And the winner for best higher ed product for 2024 is the Epiphan Pearl Nexus. Best technical support generally comes down to two manufacturers. Quite frankly, that's where you get technical support. However, this year, the final two was a manufacturer and a support group, the Higher Ed AV IT Slack group started by James King. That went up against Atlas IED. And the winner of Best Technical Support of 2024 is the Higher Ed AV IT Slack group. Just like technical support, Best Education generally ends up with two manufacturers against one another. Sometimes an organization, this, that, and the other, but generally it's two manufacturers. This year, we had the HETMA Virtual Conference going against Avixa in the final round. And the winner of Best Education for 2024 is the HETMA Virtual Conference. As of this recording, it actually just took place a week or so ago. So congratulations to HETMA. This year, the best project of the year came down to two different higher ed installations. Both I have physically been to, and both are quite remarkable. The first, Pace University and their Crestron Experimental Learning Lab went up against the UNLV Lecture Capture. And the winner of Best Project of 2024 is the UNLV Lecture Capture. Finally, the AVNation AV Professional of the Year. This really is my favorite category. And the reason is it gives you, quite frankly, the community. It gives you the chance to highlight and reward someone in the community you feel adds value, supports others, is a champion for AV. This year, it came down to two higher ed superstars. First, Brent Yesner. Brent is from Northampton Community College. She's on the board of HETMA, has a podcast called Brave Space. She is heavily involved on social media promoting the industry. George Chaco is the other half of the final. George started Next Level Learning with a bunch of other folks. He's hosted two summits at Pace, which is encouraged and invited in high school students to be exposed to the industry. He also supports others in the online community, even though there was a push, I believe in the second round, to name 4 winners. Now, I'm not going to get into the logistics of buying 4 awards. They're not overly expensive, or the logistics of shipping out 4 awards. But if you were old enough to remember the movie or the TV show Highlander, there is a saying,
"It's better to burn out than to fade away."
There can be only one. So, the winner of the 2024 AVNation AV Professional of the Year is Brent Yesner. Congratulations to all of our winners. Thank you, quite frankly, thank you to our fantastic AVNation community for the thousands upon thousands of votes. Your enthusiasm and your support is what keeps us going, keeps us doing this each and every year as we get into it in the fall. Are we going to do it again? Well, yes, of course we're going to do it again. For our producer, Mitchell Tulin, our social media guru, Mangesh, our podcast host, and everybody here at AVNation, I say thank you very much and have a wonderful day.
The network for the AV industry.
What are you listening to?
This
is AV.
This
is AVNation.
This is AVNation.